I am a soul blazer. I change lives, I touch people's souls, and I open them up. I teach people how to be present and to be in their authentic soul. Do you guys know what imposters are? These untrained imposters, they reside on the stage of our brain, and they're trying to control us. But usually what happens is they make things worse. But the good news is that we can control them. We could take over and we could teach them to work for us instead of against us. Hi, everyone. I am so excited to be here today because I have a special guest. Her name is Kimberly Meredith, and she's a contemporary, world-renowned medical intuitive medium, healer, speaker, and best-selling author. Her latest book, Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, is available now. And I'm so excited to introduce you to her. She's a good friend, and she's going to share so many secrets with us. So, Kimberly, hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Hi. I want to talk about dimensions first, and because I think a lot of people don't even know what dimensions are: third dimension, fourth, fifth. So let's just start with what does dimension even mean?
Nice to be here. Yeah. So we live in a world full of dimensions. We as human are multidimensional. We can choose any dimension that we want to be in. So from just a living in a dimensional world, I like to discuss it more in a feeling of that we are living right now in a third dimensional world. This is a lot of fear, worry, greed. We've always been in a dimensional world from the beginning of time, and we were in a high dimension. We came into the world, which was a 12th dimension or higher. So the highest dimension is for probably the 24th dimension and beyond. So that's where all the miracles happen. I like to discuss in my book because I work in that dimension. I see so many miracles daily in my practice. So in my book called Awakening to the Dimension, I've been tested at numerous institutes for my abilities because that's what I do. I do miracle healings on people. I had 2 near-death experiences. And after my near-death experiences, I had these abilities awaken in me. They're through my eyes that blink. And in my experiences, I started learning about dimensions because I never knew about dimensions. So the work I do is through dimensional energy frequency. And because of that, that's how this book came about. Awakening to the fifth dimension is just a start. The fifth dimension is where miracles can happen. Miracles are dimensional frequencies that we can tap into, and these occurrences happen to us. So we talk about miracles. Miracles are where you put your hand on maybe a lymph node or any kind of energy frequency that you have in the body, and it just leaves. It evaporates out of your body. Now, someone could say, well, how can that happen? Well, it happens all the time when you are vibrating on this higher frequency. So the 3D world, what we're existing in right now is the fear, the worry, the energy that is so low. And you can, for an example, holding up a glass is a higher vibrational frequency. It is the fifth dimension.
Yes.
Holding up plastic is a third dimensional frequency. So our world is actually in a shift right now between the fourth dimension and higher. So we have like a lot of things happening right now, like global warming. That is not a fifth dimensional frequency. That is a third dimensional frequency. So I explained it in detail in the book, how we can move into this fifth dimensional frequency and higher. It's really important to understand that we're not doing anything wrong as humans right now. We're just learning this step-by-step information and actually witnessing this jump.
Yeah, I'd like to focus a little bit about what you touched on about worry and fear, because worry focuses obsessively on an issue. but it could slide easily into anxiety, which is what we are dealing with right now, because it seems like it's Armageddon. And all my clients are going, oh my God, what's the point of doing anything? They're losing their passion for life because they don't know how to handle it. And I know you have worked with so many people. Several of my friends have worked with you and just said you do miracle work. You're so incredible with helping people get into the mind, because it's like before, for survival, we had to have fear because we had to run and survive for food and animals. But now it is hurting us because it buried itself in our mind. And now we need meditation, we need healers, we need so much more. We need people like you. So how would you address that for someone to actually handle anxiety and fear if they're in the first dimension or third
Well, I
dimension?
mean, basically, I don't even tap into any kind of first dimension. There's no first dimension that really exists. The third dimensional really mindset is letting go of your ego. It's like ego or I go, and really moving into a perception of understanding that not only the third dimension exists in our environment, our global environment, in food, in water, like not drinking out of tap water. That's third dimensional frequency because it has fluoride and bleach in it and MRSA. But also it also works in relationships, in honoring, in loving, and moving into and tapping into a fifth dimensional frequency, which is understanding that, okay, I'm going to put a filter on my sink. So that's more fifth dimensional. So I can breathe in good steam, the shower, that I can live a longer life, take good supplements, and also emotionally be around people that are good for me with my life emotionally and helping me boost my energetic field and vibrationally have more of a higher vibrational frequency in my relationships, and really stick to boosting me and honoring their frequency with the omnipresent. So in the book, I also touch on how this is not just a fast fix. This is actually something that you do every day. It's a pathway of lifestyle. So it's not just, oh, I put a couple filters, on my sink and my shower and I'm moving into the fifth dimension. And then I hang out with a couple really cool friends that honor me and love me and I'm moving into the fifth dimension. Or I do a couple meditations this week and I'm moving into the fifth dimension. It's actually really deep diving into a whole new way of living and really cleaning up and deep diving into, yes, I want to change my whole life and do this 7 days a week and really honoring those relationships and your whole life and your family and friends.
But how does someone do that? How does someone raise their vibration? And like, what are 3 things they can do to stay and keep that going day in, day out?
Yeah, it's more than 3 things.
Give people 3 to start with, so
Well,
it's
first of all,
digestible.
when you buy my book, Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, there's a lot of exercises. There's a lot of things to diet, eat, and practices to do. One of them that I will say that I know for sure because I do it daily is very strongly doing at least 5 minutes a day of meditation and prayer and
Yes.
honoring. And I will give you a few, honoring the omnipresent, because without the omnipresent, and you can call the omnipresent what you like, I call the omnipresent God, there's nowhere to go. This is very important. Omnipresent, Holy One. It's very important. And also serving, being in service is super important. When you're serving others is, buying someone some groceries, giving back to others is really important because then the energy comes back to you. But giving without wanting anything is super important. Also, being a servant is really very important. I would say stinking thinking, getting out of your head, is really, really important. And that's the daily meditation and exercises. Walking, you can put on a book, like your book is super cool. Any book that you feel related to, music, you're out there walking, meditating. That's getting you into the fifth dimension. Sticking in the 3D world is the worry once again, the fear. A lot of people often come to me and they have terminal illnesses. These illnesses that are caught in your body are negative energies. And a lot of the negative energies come from the three-dimensional world. And this is not always an illness. It's a negative frequency that got in you. So if it can get in you, it can get out of you. Okay. A lot of people hear this chattering going on.
Yes.
This
I call
negative
those imposters. Yep.
energy, right? So in my practice, I teach people how to stop that energy coming at you. So through the meditation and practices, it's important to do this work. And also through your food, praying on your food is important. Everything that you do in your daily practice in your life is super important to watch what you do. Also, connecting to your guides and your angels. Now, I work with the other side. I'm a medium. So through my work with guides and angels, I do connect people to their soulmates from the other side. There's a lot of ancestors that want to help you. So don't turn them away. They're rooting for you. They've crossed over and they want to help. And a lot of times we may have had falling out with people that have crossed over and they want to make up and they want to help you. They want to help you succeed. And so remember that just because maybe someone has had a falling out with you doesn't mean, and they've passed away, doesn't mean that it's over. It means that it can just be the beginning. And they're here to help you also. So there's a lot of things that we may think, wow, it's over for us. We can't make it now. The new, the next 10 years is the awakening. And so this is not just the doom and gloom time. This is an exciting time for us. It's the awakening. So I want to just give a message for everybody. Just know that we are just beginning. Just like the Carpenter says, we've only just begun. Yes, the awakening to the fifth dimension is about we have just begun.
I love that. Yes, it's so important right now with everything going on to really embrace everything you're saying. I think prayer, affirmations, forgiveness, praying on your food, gratitude, and focusing on those. I like to start the morning with taking a walk. I drop my daughter off at the park and a van picks her up to go to school. And I take a walk around a baseball field 3 times, doing exactly what you say, listening to something positive and meditation. And I do yoga nidra. I just discovered that about 6 months ago, which is so powerful. It really sets your day. And if you don't take the time to set your day to go in a certain way, you're going to let all these forces come in. My clients, I think probably similar to yours, they wake up, they look on the scroll, Apple News, turn on the news, and they're like, wow, and they're all like filled with anxiety within 5 minutes of waking up. So if you could just put the kibosh on that and just take a minute and do for me yoga nidra to relax all your body and set your intention. What's your word for the day? What do you want to do for the day? What do you want to accomplish? And yeah, your day would go so much smoother.
Yes. And the other thing is that, making that gratitude list. The other thing is that because a lot of the clients that I have don't know what's going on in their body, because I'm a medical medium, they come to me, they want to find out, or they have something terminal going on. They're working with their regular physicians, and I'm the added bonus. I'm the holistic practitioner. So, and I do have the abilities to help release things out of the body, which is super exciting, to give it that go. So, making that gratitude list, being excited about a possible another outcome, which is super cool. So it's important to also look at your gratitude list. And when you go through that list and imagine that positive outcome, you're like, wow, last week I wrote that list and now that list is coming true. So it's really important to see when something is foreseeing and happening that it was accomplished. and then going out and celebrating those accomplishments. And it is so amazing how your guides and your ancestors from the other side help you make those accomplishments happen also. So, when you do find out your connection to the other side, who your soul mate is, keep a little picture of them beside your bed. And also, when you do have a miraculous healing, keep thanking the omnipresent for that, because a lot of times people thank me and I'm not the healer. The omnipresent is. I'm just used as a vessel, and you're
Yeah.
being used as the vessel. You have to be open to being the person that is open to being healed. Because I do a lot, if people know me, I do a lot of healings for people, and they often are thanking me, but I want them to thank the omnipresent and themselves because they were willing to be healed.
Yeah. How do you actually go in and see some disease? I know you've worked with some of my high-end clients and they just rave about you and said you saw things and then they went to the doctor and it was accurate. So you're pretty incredible. If someone wanted to get into that work, or if they have something and they're going, oh, I don't know if I really believe in that. How do you actually work? Do you meditate on them? Is it just, I know you, as a child, you got hurt, there's an injury, and you got these abilities and you went to the other side. You actually went to heaven, or you met God.
I
Share a
know,
little
as a
bit about
child,
that.
I never had an injury. As a child, I just was always intuitive. As a baby, I always had abilities. In 2013, I had near-death experiences, and then I woke up fully at 2013 and became a full-blown trans-channel medium. And it's not that I just do this a couple of times a week. I work 7 days a week as a medium, meaning I do workshops on the weekend. During the week, I have an office in Encino, and then I'm on Zoom the rest of the week doing mediumship readings and all kinds of different services on my website that I do for people. And I'm a full-blown medical medium and healer. And I love what I do. And I'm also preventative. So I'm also very big on preventative medical intuitive. That's one of my primary things, is that I catch things before they happen. So that
That's
is something
wonderful.
that I'm very proud.
Wellness isn't so important.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that. So, like, for examples, I'll do a Zoom with somebody and they'll come on and want to talk about their boyfriend or want a spiritual counseling session. And I love that. I'm a mentor. I do mentorship programs. And during the mentorship program, I may see, like, example, I may see a breast lump on somebody, unfortunately. And I'll say, I think it's a good idea you get your breast looked at. On the something might be going on right there. And the lady may say, no, nothing's going on, and I'll say, yeah, I think you better get that looked at. But this is like a totally different session. This is a mentorship program, mentorship session. And she'll go and get that looked at, and she has second stage breast cancer. So that's what my guides do, things like that. Or there's another session going on and I'll get an energy hit. I get hot flashes and I'll say, I think you need to get your heart checked. And the person may say, my heart's fine. I don't have any heart issue at all. Nothing. I had my blood pressure checked. I'm fine. And I'll keep hearing blood pressure issue around the heart. And then about a week or two after, the husband will come on with a session and say, she went after and she had a triple bypass.
Mm.
So I just get hits and I go through people's bodies, and it's just, I'm a full-blown trans-channel medium, and I'm medical. Medical is really my specialty, but I do talk to the other side. I get lots of messages from family and friends coming in and wanting to talk also. And that's just recently. That came about the last 2 years.
Amazing. That must feel so good to help so many people, especially when they come back and say, I went to the doctor and it was accurate. So you just saved their life, or saved them from so much, worry and fear of, oh, it's already, stage 4 because you caught it at stage 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I feel like if we can catch things sooner so people can stay with their family and not cross, absolutely. The guides want to help as many people as possible and as quick as possible. And also, we like to find the root cause of things. And but what's really cool now, which has just happened, is that the loved ones, like the moms that have just passed, especially during the last few years with COVID, they like to come in and say, I'm here, honey. Your mama's here. We love you. You know, I'm here with Kimberly to help you. And I want to tell you how much I care. And so that's really neat.
Oh, absolutely. If someone wanted to develop their own intuitive, healing abilities, how would they do that?
There's so many beautiful teachers out there right now that can help people. I think taking classes, and also, I'm going to be teaching something in the new year. I'm teaching a medical intuitive mediumship class for the first time, and but just jumping into rooms, I think it's just so. I still go into some of my friends' rooms that I love, jumping into mediumship rooms, watching it, even if you don't get picked.
Talking about Clubhouse?
No, just like Clubhouses are fun too, yeah, but there's just specific mediums that do readings and stuff. And some of my rooms, but if you don't get picked, so say you go to a mediumship room and you don't get picked, even watching someone else have a reading and you may relate to it. So if you want to get your mediumship skills, and learn to do mediumship readings, just watching them.
But where do you go to those? How do you find those rooms?
You can go to my website. I do them every month. I have 2 or 3 medium rooms running on my website. And a lot of people that want to be mediums, they go to my rooms and they start getting their skills going. And yeah. And then there's other mediums that are out there that are really great.
Oh, that's wonderful. So do you work with other mediums too? Do you guys get together and share ideas and what you've done and about patience? And because I'm sure it's still continuing education for you too, right? You're always learning and growing.
I constantly hop into other rooms and other mediums bring me in their rooms. And yeah. It's like being a piano player. You constantly keep it going. Yeah. Constantly keep going.
So what about your daily meditations and prayers? Can you share one, or is that important to do every morning? The prayer and meditation. Is there a specific one, especially if someone wants to heal themselves or be an intuitive healer?
Yeah. So thank you for asking, Lisa.
Of course.
I adore you. I am one of those people that just prays all day long.
Yeah, you do. Every time we're out, you're.
Yeah. So I'm in prayer because I have a deep love for the Virgin Mary. I love Mary. And I hope one day I'm going to do like a retreat to go to Fatima. So I can do one of my favorite. It's right in the front of the book. Actually, the editor was so sweet. He put one of my favorites right in the front. It's called the Miraculous Healing Prayer.
Okay.
I don't know if we have time. I could just say a little bit.
Yes.
So this one is one of my favorite ones. All the book is channeled. This is channeled text. So this one says, I remove all fear and doubt from my heart by the power of the Holy Spirit. May you know, my Lord, that I glorify you. I pray that you know that my heart is sincere. I pray to you, you comfort me in my suffering. I pray that you lend me the skills of my hands, like the hands of a healer, and that you heal me to lend me the strength to heal myself and give me the power and the grace to accept my healing right now. I deserve to be healed. I am humble. I am not afraid. I put my whole trust in you. I love you. I know by the power of love of Christ consciousness and Jesus that my highest guides in the angelic realm. And then you say your illness. So you can take your hand right now and put it on any part of your body that you would like healing. And then you say, whatever negative energy that is affecting me, I am now breathing it out of my body. So then you just take a deep breath. You hold for 4 and you breathe it out of your body. You say, out of my body, out of my field, and out of the universe now. And you just breathe it out. And you say, I'm a believer and I know that I am healed right now. I am healed. I am grateful. I am love and I am light. And I am in the 5th dimension. I'm so grateful to have my breath. And I'm in this quantum 5th dimension. I know you have saved me. I know you're restoring my health. I believe and I know through the Christ consciousness that I am healed. I have no fear, only love, only light. My physical being is healed. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. God resides in me and I glorify in you. Namaste. Amen.
Ah, that's so beautiful. And again, you could get that from her book. You want to get this book, Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, because that's just one of many prayers. Again, here are the prayers. They're like right here, and they're in the end of the book. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's just stunning. You could read all these testimonials from some of the top people in the business. They've all seen Kimberly. They've all worked with Kimberly. The back of the book, it's there. I mean, it's just so beautifully put together. And every page you just want to sit on and meditate, because there's so much information and it's just so heartfelt. You know, Kimberly, that you are doing this from your heart, and you put every essence you have into it, because you're not like a regular healer. I've been to so many over the years because I've been obsessed with this field since my early 20s. And you've touched my heart. You've touched my soul. I've turned you on to people. They've all said, thank you. Kimberly's the best. When they read your book, they keep it by their bedside to keep referring to it. So I just cannot recommend this higher. This is so beautiful. One of my favorite books. And I wanted to close with this because we only have a few more minutes. That prayer was incredible, and it always affects me and moves me, especially hearing you read it. But so using these prayers, self-worth, self-love is so huge. We have a couple of minutes. So if you want to just close with, how can people really tap into that and stay with it? They say, I could do it for 3 or 4 days or a week or two after a high of a workshop or a session. Then they go back into depression, anxiety, and fear. So talk a little bit about that as we close out.
Yeah, I feel like because of the way that I had a lot of trauma as a child, and that energy of feeling when you're traumatized, especially when you hear the news, you have cancer, that horrible word, which is an energy, or you've been traumatized and not having the self-love when you're young, and then you get that horrible word or horrible disease or any immune suppressed condition. And are you worthy of being healed? Yes, you are worthy of being healed, and you're worthy of the love. And when you hear those words, people often don't feel they're worthy of the miracle.
Yeah.
And so that's where the fifth dimension comes in. Once you get that little bit of that fifth dimension and that miracle healing, and you learn to get in that portal, then you feel that love, and then you know you're worthy of that feeling. And when you get that, I feel that people learn that way of tapping into it. So people are capable of, it's an energy. So when you say God, they're blinking. God is simply love. So then people understand they are worthy of their miracle. So I'm here to tell people everybody is worthy of their God miracle.
Oh, that is a great way to end the show, because miracles are everywhere. You just have to believe in them and open yourself up to them, and you see them.
And everybody deserves that. And I feel that when we are traumatized, especially when it's a young trauma, we don't feel that we're worthy of that. And we hear that conversation. And so when we get to a point, young or old, when we do experience that fifth dimensional miracle, then a lot of people I've seen, from prison, from young children to whatever it is, when we get that experience of the fifth dimensional miracle, then people go, wow, I do deserve it. I can have it. And that chatter is not really an existence of the higher dimension. It's a non-existent chatter. It does not really exist. It's just, go away. I don't need it. It's not existent.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to talk to you so much more. We've got like 30 seconds. I wanted to talk to you. Maybe you and I will do a workshop together. And
I love your, and I just want to say really quick, not to interrupt, but I love your book. I've read it a few times and it's just amazing. And yeah, I hope we do get to do something together.
Yeah, because I just read an article that 80% of teens, grade school and teens, are suffering from mental illness, anxiety, fear. because of everything they, from COVID and isolation and war, all this stuff that I wanted to talk to you about, to the audience. We'll talk, but about that of we both know it can, but how this can help even with that, without medication and all of that.
Yeah,
there are meds now.
Yeah, there are a lot on TikTok. They love the fifth dimension.
Yes. Okay.
And that is a very big topic right now. And so there's a lot of hope for that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. Amazing book. Kimberly's just an angel that I feel blessed to have in my life and to turn around to people. So I hope you meet her, contact her. You won't be sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Lisa Haisha, creator of SoulBlazing. I hack how you can change the negative thoughts in your head that hold you back. I call them imposters. I introduce you to them, teach you how to befriend them, and co-create with them, releasing old negative narratives. As a keynote speaker at your next event, I'll help your team turn into master communicators with more camaraderie, which brings more efficiency and growth to your organization. So join me and make shift happen.